Hello students, welcome you all back to the 10th standard mathematics class. So in today's class we are going to enter into the subdivision quadratic equations. Okay, in the introduction they have given some para, just I am giving you some important things alone. Okay, what that is, the complete solution for this quadratic equations are not found for many years. So this Arab mathematician Abraham Bar Hiya Nasi, he is the one who has introduced in his book the complete solution for the quadratic equations. Okay, so the quadratic expression, how it will be an expression of degree n with variable x. This is the expression a0 x power n plus a1 x power n minus 1 plus a2 x power n minus 2 plus up to etc. plus an minus 1 into x plus an. This is the quadratic expression. Here this x is called as the variable and it is of degree n. The highest degree is n, therefore this the whole degree of this whole expression becomes n. Okay, see here this a0, the first term should not be equal to 0, because if it is equal to 0 then x power n terms vanishes, then this expression becomes an expression of degree n minus 1. Therefore this a0 should not be equal to 0. It may be equal to 1 or some other real values, anything, okay, but it should not be equal to 0. And this a0, a1, a2 up to an minus 1 up to an, these are called these are real numbers. Okay, these are all real numbers, and an, it does not have x term because x power 0, that is 1. This is called as the constant term. This is called as the constant term, and these terms a0, a1, a2 etc. up to an minus 1, these terms are called as they are called as coefficients. So get it clearly, what is a quadratic expression? It is an expression of degree n with variable. Variable is y. If we write here a0 y power n plus a1 y power n minus 1 plus a2 y power n minus 2 etc. means, then the variable of this expression will be y. Here as we have written this expression with x, therefore the variable of this expression is x. Okay, and this a0 term, that is the coefficient of the first term, should not be equal to 0 because we have said the expression is of degree n, therefore a0 should not be equal to 0 and these terms must be real, and these terms a0, a1, a2 etc. an minus 1 are called as the coefficient of the expression, and an, it is called as the constant term. Okay, it may also called as the coefficient. It's the coefficient of the variable x power naught. Okay, it is the coefficient of the variable x power naught. Therefore we can say it as constant term also, that it can also be called as coefficient. Okay, then the expression with degree 2, see it's a quadratic expression. The expression with degree n we have said, right? The expression with degree 2, especially an expression with the degree 2 is called as the quadratic expression. Quadratic means 2. Okay, an expression with the degree 2 is called as the quadratic expression. See, they have given the expression p of x is equal to a into x square plus bx plus c. See here, a should not be equal to 0. Okay, a should not be equal to 0. This a, b, c are called as the coefficients, and this x, here the variable is x. Since this is the equation of degree 2, expression of degree 2, we are saying it as quadratic expression. Okay, now the next concept is 3.6.1, that is zeros of quadratic polynomial. Is it zeros of quadratic polynomial? Okay, what is zeros of quadratic polynomial? The zero, it is also called as the root of the quadratic polynomial. Suppose let us take a quadratic polynomial, p of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. Okay, see here, this is, let us take this as a quadratic polynomial. P of x is polynomial. Okay, suppose p of a is equal to 0. That means instead of x we are going to substitute the value a, and if on substituting the value a for the given expression, if the expression changes to 0, then we can say a is the 0 of the polynomial or a is the root of the polynomial. See here, for example, see this expression p of x is equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. for this let us substitute p of minus 2. Let us substitute minus 2 instead of x. See here, minus 2 the whole square, minus 2 into minus 2 minus 8. What's the answer? 4. Minus 2 into minus 2 is plus 4 minus 8. 8 minus 8. Here it is 0. Therefore, we can say minus 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. We can also write for 4. See here, for 4, 4 square is 16. Minus 2 into plus 4 is minus 8 and minus 8. That is 16 minus 16, which is equal to 0. Right? Therefore, minus 2 and 4 are the zeros of the polynomial. What's the polynomial we took? P of x. Okay, can you understand this? See, what's the zero of the polynomial? Instead of x, we are going to substitute a value which makes the whole expression to 0. Then we can say that value as the 0 of the polynomial. So guys, now we are going to see the subdivision 3.6.2, that is roots of quadratic equation. So we see what is quadratic equation. Now the roots of quadratic equation. Okay, see, they have given a quadratic equation. Let us take this a into x square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Let us take this equation as a quadratic equation. The value of x such that this equation becomes 0 is called as the root of the quadratic equation. Okay, for some value of x, when we substitute that value in this equation, we get the answer as 0. Then we can say that root as a quadratic root of the quadratic equation. Okay, see here, now we are going to find the root, the general form of the root of the quadratic equation. Okay, see, let us take this equation a into x square plus bx plus c. Now we are taking this a outside as common for all the both these three terms. Okay, when taking a outside, here x square plus, when we taking a outside, it is divided, this term is divided by a, therefore plus b divided by a into x plus, similarly when we are taking outside, this term will be divided by a plus c divided by a is equal to 0. Okay, so this can be separated as a is equal to 0 and this term is equal to 0. Okay, see, this is not necessary for us. Okay, since we know that for the quadratic equation a should not be equal to 0, so we are neglecting this. After neglecting this, what we get? X square plus b divided by a into x plus c divided by a, which is equal to 0. Now what we are going to do is, we are in this term, we are both multiplying and dividing by 2. Say x square comes as it is. For this term, we are both multiplying and dividing by 2. Therefore, b divided by 2a into 2x plus, then the whole expression we are adding, subtracting and minus, subtracting and adding two terms, that is the same term, that is b minus 2a the whole square, we are adding and subtracting b divided by 2a the whole square. Okay, we are both adding and subtracting this term, which means it doesn't give any changes to this expression, right? Therefore, we are subtracting and adding the same term plus this term c divided by a is equal to 0. Okay, now consider these three terms alone. See here, here it is x square and here it is some value square plus here it is 2 into this term into and this term. So this term is in the format of a plus b the whole square, that is here a is x and b is b divided by 2a. So x plus b divided by 2a the whole square is x square plus b divided by 2a the whole square plus 2 into x into b divided by 2a. This is how we are getting. Now what we are going to do is, taking this minus b divided by 2a the whole square plus c divided by a into that side, that is right hand side. Therefore what we get? The first three terms as it is and these two terms are taken to the right hand side. Now what happens is, this term, as I said, this is the expansion of x plus b divided by 2a the whole square. Therefore we are writing it as x plus b divided by 2a the whole square, which is equal to, see here, now we are taking LCM for this, for the LCM is 4 into a square. 4 into a square, b square will come as it is minus, this will be multiplied both numerator and denominator by 4 into a. Therefore minus, already it is there, and minus 4a into c divided by 4a square. Okay, then see here, here we have square, therefore taking square root on both sides, taking square root on both sides. Okay, See, you should not write like this. Okay, you should write in the full format. Okay, taking square root on both sides. What happens? This 2 and the square root get cancelled. Therefore, the left hand side value will be x plus b divided by 2a. On this side, the numerator will get square root. Okay, since we are taking square root, it will get plus or minus either value. Okay, plus or minus root of b square minus 4a ac divided by, in the down, the square root of 4a square is 2 into a. Therefore, 2 into a. So this can be written as, see, this minus this plus b divided by 2a is taken to that side of the equal. Therefore, it becomes minus b divided by 2a plus or minus root of b square minus 4a c divided by 2a. See, the denominator we have both as 2a. Therefore, taking that as common, b minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Therefore, the roots of the two roots of this given, you see this root, it is an equation of degree 2. Therefore, there will be only 2 roots. If they have given an equation of degree 3, means there will be 3 roots. Okay, but this is the format of finding only the roots of the quadratic equation, that is the degree 2 equation alone. Okay, so what are the roots? Minus b plus value as 1 root and minus value as 1 root. Minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a is 1 root, and another 1 root is minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. These are the 2 roots of the given quadratic equation. So now we are going to see formation of quadratic equation. Last what we see from the quadratic equation how we are going to form the general roots. Okay, general form of roots. Now we are going to find, with using the roots, we are going to find how we are going to form the quadratic equation. See, since it is a quadratic equation, it must have the degree 2, therefore it must have only 2 roots. We are taking the 2 roots as alpha and beta. From the last session, what we know, last subdivision, we see that the 2 roots are minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So the one root we are taking it as alpha and the another root we are taking it as beta. Now we are finding the sum of the root, that is alpha plus beta. On adding this, see here the denominator is same, therefore we are taking it as 2a. Therefore we are adding this both, minus b minus root of b square minus 4ac minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac. What happens here? See, this is of opposite sign, therefore this gets cancelled, which is equal to minus 2b divided by 2 gives this equal to, this 2 gets cancelled, which is equal to minus b divided by a. Next we are going to find the product of the roots, that is alpha into beta. Product of this term into this term. See here, the product of the denominator is 4 into a square. Now coming on to the numerator, minus b into this term is minus b is plus b square, this term, and again product, finding the multiplication of the numerator, we get this term. See here in this term, the second and the third term are opposites, are of same and it is of opposite sign, therefore we are getting cancelled. They are getting cancelled. The remaining terms are b square minus b square. The minus gets multiplied inside, minus b square plus 4ac divided by 4a. This b square minus b square gets cancelled. 4ac divided by 4a, 4 gets cancelled, and 1a in denominator gets cancelled. The remaining term will be c divided by a. Therefore, we know that if alpha and beta are the roots, what are the factors? X minus alpha and x minus beta are the factors. So how do we get the equation? On multiplying the factors, we get the equation. So we are multiplying this, we get the value as x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta is equal to 0. This is of the type of x square minus alpha plus beta is the sum of the roots into x plus this is the product of the roots, which is equal to 0. See, this is an important formation, general form of the quadratic equation. You have to get mug up this. See here, this is the minus symbol and here we have plus symbol. Okay, don't get confused with it. Now they have given some examples following that. Now we are moving on to that. Example number 3.24. Find the zeros of the quadratic equation. Zeros of the quadratic equation. What's the equation they have given? 2x plus 8x plus 12. What's the 0? We have learnt, right? What's the 0? Instead of x, we are going to substitute a value which makes this expression 0. That is called as the 0 of this quadratic expression. See, first let us factorize this 12. We know 6 into 2 is 12. So this can be written. The factors are x plus 6 into x plus 2. Okay, now let us take this as p of x. Okay, now we are going to substitute minus 2 instead of x. Okay, what's the value we get? Minus 2 the whole square is plus 8 into minus 2 is minus 16 plus 12, which is equal to 0. Therefore, we can say minus 2 is one of the root, and let us take the value minus 6. That is, p of minus 6 is 36 minus 8 6 are 48 plus 12, which is equal to 48 minus 48, which is also equal to 0. Therefore, we can say minus 2 and minus 6 are the zeros of the expression x squared plus 8x plus 12. Okay, these two are the zeros of the given expression. Okay, moving on to the next example. What's the next example they have given? Example number 3.25. Okay, 3.25. We have to write, they asked us to find the quadratic equation. Write the quadratic equation in general form, for which they have given, for which sum and product of the roots are given. What they have given? They have given sum and the product of the roots, and we have to find the general form of the quadratic equation using the general form. What's the general form? X squared minus sum of roots into x plus product of the roots. Yes, this is the general form, which is equal to 0. This is the general form of the quadratic equation that we are going to find. What's the first subdivision they have given? 9, 14. Here alpha plus beta is equal to 9 and alpha beta is equal to 14. Therefore, we know that generally the formation x squared minus alpha plus beta is 9 into x plus alpha beta is 14 into x, which is equal to 0. Therefore, this is the quadratic equation that is formed using the sum and product of the roots, which is given. And the second subdivision is minus 7 divided by 2, 5 divided by 2. Here, what's alpha plus beta? Sum of the roots is equal to minus 7 divided by 2. And the product of the roots alpha into beta is 5 divided by 2. We are going to form this equation, that is x squared minus, what's sum of the root? Sum of the root is minus 7 by 2. Minus 7 by 2 into x plus product of the root, that is alpha into beta. Alpha beta's value is 5 divided by 2, which is equal to 0. That is x squared. See here, minus into minus plus 7 by 2 into x plus 5 by 2 equal to 0. This can be written as, see here, that can be written as, we are going to take the LCM as 2, that is 2x squared plus 7x plus 5 equal to 0. Taking this 2 outside this side, it becomes 0. Therefore, the answer is 2x squared plus 7x plus 5 equal to 0. This is the required equation. Okay. Now the third subdivision. What they have given? Minus 3 divided by 5, minus 1 divided by 2. So this is the sum of the root and this is the product of the root. That is alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3 divided by 5 and alpha beta is equal to minus 1 divided by 2. So what's the general form of the equation? X squared minus, sum of the root is minus of 3 divided by 5 into x plus, what's the product of the root? Minus 1 by 2. That is minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 0. Minus into minus, it becomes plus. Okay. Now, what's the LCM here? LCM here is 10. So, this becomes 10x squared plus, on multiplying this by 2 on both sides. We have to multiply this by 2 on both sides. Plus 6x minus 5 equal to 0. So therefore required equation is 10x squared plus 6x minus 5 equal to 0. Okay, this is the required equation. Now we are moving on to the next examples. Okay, next example. Example number 3.26. What they have asked us to find? Find the sum and product of the roots of the given equation. What do you have to find? We have to find the sum of the roots and product of the roots. They have given the equation. What does this say equation? X squared plus 8x minus 65 equal to 0. What we know, the general form is x squared minus sum of the roots is alpha plus beta into x plus product of the roots, that is alpha beta, which is equal to 0. Okay, see here. We know the sum of the roots, that is alpha plus beta is equal to the value is minus b divided by a, and product of the root alpha beta is equal to c divided by a. Okay, this is the thing that we have found during the formation of quadratic expression. Okay, so see from this equation, what's a? A is 1, and what is b? B is n, and what is c? Minus 65. We have to find sum of the roots. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b divided by a. Minus of 8 divided by 1 is equal to minus 8, and alpha beta is equal to c divided by a. What is c? Minus 65 divided by 1, which is equal to minus 65. Okay, now the second subdivision. See the second subdivision. What is the equation they have given? Second equation is 2 into x squared plus 5x plus 7 equal to 0. The same it is. From this equation, what is a? A is 2, and what is b? B is 5, and what is c? C is 7. We have to find the sum of the roots and product of the roots. What is the sum of the roots? Sum of the root is alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b divided by a. Minus of 5 divided by a's value is 2. Okay, and then product of the roots is alpha into beta, which is c divided by a. What is the value of c? 7. Okay. A is 2. These two are the answers. Minus 5 by 2 is the sum of the root, and 7 by 2 is the product of the root. And the third subdivision. The equation they have given is k x squared minus k squared x minus 2 into k cube equal to 0. Okay, from this, what's the value of a? A is equal to, what's the value of b? Minus, the value of b is minus into k squared. Okay, and the value of c is minus 2k cube. You have to find the sum of the roots and product of the roots. What is the sum of the roots? Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b divided by a. Here, therefore, minus of minus k square is minus into minus plus k squared divided by a's value is k. It's cancelled, therefore the value is k. Okay, and you have to find the product of the roots, right? Product of the roots is alpha into beta. The value of alpha into beta is c divided by a. Alpha into beta, which is equal to c divided by a. What's the value of c here? Minus 2k cube divided by a is a's value is k. So on getting cancelled, the remaining term will be 2 minus 2k squared. Therefore the sum of the roots is k, and the product of the root is 2 minus 2k squared. Okay, with this we are completing this example. Now we are moving on to the exercise following this, exercise number 3.9. Okay, first question, what they have given, what they have asked us to find, determine the quadratic equation. We have to find the quadratic equation, and they have given sum and product of the roots. They have given the sum and product of the root. See here, first subdivision, minus 9 comma 20. Okay, what we know, the general form is x squared minus sum of roots into x plus product of roots equal to 0. This is how we are going to form the equation, which is x squared minus, this is the sum of the root and this is the product of the root. Sum of the root is minus 9 into x plus product of the root is 20, which is equal to 0. That is x squared minus into minus is plus 9x plus 20 equal to 0. This is the required quadratic equation. Okay, now we are moving on to the second subdivision. For the second subdivision, what are the values they have given? The values are 5 divided by 3 comma 4. What they have given? They have given the sum of the roots and product of the roots. Therefore, x squared minus sum of the roots. What is the sum of the root here? 5 by 3 into x plus product of the root is 4, which is equal to 0. Now taking on LCM for all the three terms, 3 x squared minus 5 into x plus 4 3 is 12, which is equal to 0. Therefore, the required equation is 3x squared minus 5x plus 12 equal to 0. When this 3 goes that side, multiplied by 0, it becomes 0. Okay. See the third subdivision, minus 3 divided by 2 comma minus 1. This will be assignment for you. The same as this, what you have to do, x squared minus of minus 3 by 2 plus product of the root. Here product of the root itself they are given minus, therefore minus 1 equal to 0 and then form the equation. Okay, moving on to the fourth subdivision. What is the fourth subdivision they have given? Fourth subdivision is minus of 2 minus a the whole squared and a plus 5 the whole squared. Okay, this is the sum of the root and this is the product of the root. How do we form the equation? X squared minus sum of the root. Sum of the root itself they have given minus, so minus into minus plus 2 minus a the whole squared into x plus, what is the product of the root here? A plus 5 the whole squared equal to 0. This is the required equation. Thus we have formed. Okay. Now the next question is, we have to find the sum and product of the roots for the given equation. Okay, given equation, that is they have given an equation. From that we have to find the sum of the roots and product of the roots. What's the first equation they have given? That is x squared plus 3x minus 28 equal to 0. Okay, see here the value of a is 1. This type of question, this type of sum we have solved in the example. The value of a is 1 and the value of b is 3 and the value of c is minus 28. We know the sum of the roots is alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus b divided by a minus of 3 divided by 1, which is equal to minus 3, and the product of the roots. Product of the roots is alpha into beta, that is c divided by a. What's the value of c? Minus 28. Minus 28. Value of a is 1. The answer is minus 28. Therefore, the sum of the roots is minus 3 and product of the root is minus 20. We are going to see the second subdivision. What's the equation they have given? X squared plus 3x is equal to 0. Okay, see here, from this we can write a's value is 1 and b's value is 3. And where is the c's value? C's value is, it's the constant term. See, the constant term is absent here, that is there is no constant term, therefore the c's value will be equal to 0. So from this sum of the roots alpha plus beta is equal to minus b divided by a. What is the value of b? Minus of 3 divided by 1, which is equal to minus 3. And alpha into beta is equal to c divided by, what's the value of c? 0 divided by, 0 divided by any number is 0. Therefore 3 minus 3 is the sum of the root and 0 is the product of the roots. Okay. Third subdivision. What's the equation they have given? 3 plus 1 by a equal to 10 divided by a squared. Okay. Seems complicated, right? Let us solve this. 3. Okay. Let us take this term that side, these two terms that side. 10 divided by a square minus 1 divided by a minus 3 equal to 0. Now taking LCM. LCM will be a square. Therefore a square 10 minus a minus 3a squared equal to 0, and multiplying this, getting this term that side, what it becomes? 0 into any term is 0. Therefore the remaining term will be Therefore, the remaining term will be 10 minus a minus 3a squared equal to 0. Multiplying this all, this both left hand side and right hand side by minus means what we get? 3a squared, that is 3a squared plus a minus 10 equal to 0. Okay. Now we got the equation in the general form. From this we can write a's value is 3 and b's value is 1 and c's value is minus 10. Okay, what we have to find? We have to find the sum of the roots and product of this, that is alpha plus beta. We know that alpha plus beta's value is minus b divided by a, minus 1 divided by 3, and alpha beta, that is product of the root. Product of the root's value is alpha into beta is equal to c divided by a. What is the value of c? Minus 10 divided by 3. Therefore, the sum of the roots is minus 1 divided by 3 and the product of the root is minus 10 divided by 3. And the last subdivision, 3y squared minus y minus 4 equal to 0. This is the assignment. Do in your home. See here, from this we can take a's value is 3 and b's value is minus 1 and c's value is minus 4. From that we can find the sum of the roots and product of the roots. What is the sum of the roots formula? Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a, and the general form of product of the roots is alpha into beta is equal to c divided by a. Through that you can find the both sum and product of the roots. So totally I have given you 2 sums as assignment. This will be very easy. Hope you have understood each and every sums. Go through in the home, you can understand everything. Thank you students. Let's meet in the next class.